Actually, I love reading books, so I read books about entrepreneurs. The more I read books, the more I was inspired, and then I became an entrepreneur. I started my own brand called Seasons Pastry. In this Vinusha's baking kit, you'll be having the ingredients, procedure, and STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math about baking. So you will learn the science behind baking from this baking kit, and this baking kit is for kids between 7 to 14 years old. Trust is the only thing that all the parents need to take on their children to really say.
Hello everyone, Ashok here. Thank you for tuning in to this 10th episode of Indian Startup Stories, a podcast thriving to bring out experiences and insights from entrepreneurs across India. Before we get on to the episode, I have an announcement to make. We have the website for Indian Startup Stories up and running now. Log on to www.indianstartupstories.com for the details on all episodes. Link given in the descriptions. Please do have a look. Alright, today we have a very young and energetic entrepreneur, Vinusha. She is 11 years old, student and entrepreneur, running her own business, rather a brand, Seasons Pastry. She is the founder and chief baking officer. She holds various awards in her journey so far. Few of them are Young Baker Award by India Bakery Expo 2019, Changemaker Award by Radio City FM, and many more. In this episode, Vinusha explains how she splits her business and life in 4 verticals. The bakery she runs, the product she makes, online baking classes she teaches for other kids, and delivering motivational speeches as a guest at schools and colleges. She briefs about the top 5 leaders she follows and the reason behind why they are her inspirations, her curiosity and the exposure in industrial visits, her experiences being a young entrepreneur in multiple communities, her craze in reading books and the habits, overwhelming appreciations from famous chefs and other entrepreneurs across India, and much more. So without further ado, let's jump in. Hi Vinusha, thank you for coming on Indian Startup Stories today. You are the youngest entrepreneur I have interviewed so far. Very happy to host you. Welcome.
Thank you. It's been great, and I'm very interested to talk to you. And thank you, first of all, for inviting me here to this podcast.
My pleasure, Vinusha. Please share some of your personal information about where are you from, which class you are studying in.
I'm from Ramanathapuram district in a village near Mudugalathur, and I'm currently staying here in Chennai, and I'm 11 years old, and I study 5th grade here in Amrita Vidyalayam, Chennai.
That's nice, very nice. So what are you doing right now? At what age you started your business? What is your business that you're doing now?
So when I was 8 years old, I started this business, and my business is a food business. It's built into baking cakes, cupcakes, chocolates.
That's interesting, Vinusha. Starting at age 8 is a really wonderful thing to hear. So until you reach age 18, right, your accounts and finances are going to be with your parents' control, right? So once you get the freedom to take charge financially, what's your ambition towards your next goal in business? Because you started your business at the age of 8. So what is your big dream, and what is the plan in your mind?
So actually, yeah, till I'm 18 years old, my parents are going to manage my company. My mother and father are the directors and shareholders of my company, and they'll be taking out the financial part. Right now, I'm not able to do it, but when I'm 18 years old, I'm not sure what I'll be doing. That's the thinking I'll be having.
Okay. So please talk about the pastry business that you're running. What do you do? Which scale it is in?
Yeah. So let me share about the products, the verticals we have in our brand, the Seasons Pastry. So now Seasons Pastry, we have totally 4 verticals. The first one, I'll say baked goodies, such as the season-based cupcakes we have the cakes, we have the chocolates, we have the sandwiches, we have blondies, brownies, and many more. That's the first vertical, the baked goodies. And the second vertical would be my Vinusha's baking kit. Let's come to that later. My third vertical would be my online baking class for kids. It's basically an interactive class between me and the kids. It's going to be a hands-on class where I and the kids will be baking, and it's different. It's online and it's for kids between 7 to 14 years old. And my last and fourth vertical is my motivational speeches for college graduates and students. It's also like an interactive session where I speak to the college graduates about my journey, what I do, my inspirations, what I like, where have I visited, where and all they can visit, what are the books I've read, and all those things. So that's my last vertical. So let me share about my second vertical, the Vinusha baking kit. So
Hmm.
in this Vinusha's baking kit, you'll be having the ingredients, procedure, and STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math about baking. So you will learn the science behind baking from this baking kit, and this baking kit is for kids between 7 to 14 years old again, and so they can learn the science behind baking from this baking kit, and even people who don't know to bake can bake. So the beginners can also bake, and it's also for adults and everybody. But it's mainly for the kids. It's targeted at the kids. So everybody are not able to get the ingredients such as in baking powder and oil in a normal supermarket. So in this baking
Hmm.
kit, all those ingredients will be available. Only an egg, butter, some oil, all those liquid ingredients they should be using from the so this is fully about my Vinusha's baking kit, and actually so far we have sold 50 of them, and I've also received funding from Mr. Noordin Ahmed, UAE, for this baking kit. Just developing on the baking kit. Actually, he's from UAE, and actually that was not in. He didn't take any equity from my company. It was not a return back, so it's actually like a grant.
That's awesome to know. You're a student, you're a businesswoman, business girl, and you are into funding. So, how do you manage this time now? Because shuffling between your studies in your school and running your pastry business, you're also managing your own product, right? And selling it out. So, how do you manage your time?
Actually, before the COVID, it was very hard to manage, but I did manage it. I'm thinking, how did I manage it when I was in my fourth grade? Because in this COVID-19, I we have fully been in home, and there's been a lot of time for me to execute many plans and ideas. But because of the COVID, also I'm not able to meet persons physically, and I'm only being to meet them virtually, and that was also a problem. So there were disadvantage and advantages in this COVID-19. But before the COVID-19, I would say it was pretty hard to juggle the all the jobs like studying, the entrepreneurship and everything. But I did manage, and right now also I'm managing. So I hope this continues till my 10th grade.
Okay, so you're going with a 5-year plan till 10th. Nice.
Yeah.
So you have enough time to plan and aim higher, right? So Vinusha, let me share a few of the appreciations that you received so far. You received Young Baker Award in Indian Bakery Expo 2019, Change Maker Award by Radio City FM. Your story was shared in Startup Pitch Festival in IIT Madras. And importantly, you are the youngest member in TIE Chennai chapter, the community for entrepreneurs, right? So definitely you must be an inspiration for many around. Who are your inspirations? What are the qualities you follow from them?
Actually, I have five inspirations. I know that's a lot, but let me share about them. So
Yes,
let me
please.
share a short note about them. So my first inspiration was Mr. C.K. Ranganathan. He's
Mhm.
the managing director of Kevin Care, and you may be knowing him. He has like the Kartika shampoo, the Chick shampoo, the CK bakery, and everything. Actually, he's vast in the shampoo industry. You may be thinking there's a lot of brands in the shampoo industry, right? So you may be thinking all the shampoos are in another brand, but not really. Some of the shampoos are in one brand. So that's the thing he has in the shampoo industry. Like shampoo industry is also in many industries, and he came from a very small level to a very big level. And I think so. I learned a lot from him, and I even met him in a Thai meeting, TIE
Mhm.
Thai meeting,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it was really awesome to meet him. I also met his son over there, and that was also really awesome to meet him. He is the founder of CK Bakery, and I also did internship over there. That
Mhm.
was a big learning. So I did internship over there, and that was also a big learning. And also, my that's always my first inspiration. My second inspiration is Hodrich Mahadevan sir. He's actually he has around 15 to 20 cafes, and his real name is Mahadevan. But Hodrich was his first brand that he started, so that name came into his name. So that
Nice.
brand name came into his name. So Hodrich Mahadevan we call him. And
Hmm.
I met his son Tarun, but I'm yet to meet him. I really want to meet him, and I love his cafes and restaurants. Actually, one of his best cafes, Writer's Cafe and French Loaf. But French Loaf was sold off to another person, Sandesh Reddy. So yeah, it was also a very good thing. But now it's totally changed.
Okay.
So my third inspiration is Sridhar Vemu sir. You may be knowing him.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
the
yeah, of course.
CEO at Zoho Corporation,
Hmm.
and the Zoho Mail, the Zoho Books, and everything. And he has also been an inspiration. What I'm inspired at him is that he is very very frugal, very simple, and even though he's a billionaire or a multi-billionaire, he is really simple, and he is in his village. When I attended one of his sessions, he was actually attending from a phone. He was the chief guest of it. He was attending from a phone wearing a very normal dress, and not a like
Hmm.
a CEO at all. He was like a very simple
Hmm.
man, and I think so I love that in him, uh, the
Yeah,
frugality.
great.
So he's my third inspiration. My fourth inspiration would be Suresh Ambadam sir. He is the CEO at Kisflow, a SaaS capital, a SaaS company,
Hmm.
software as a service.
Yes, yes, yeah.
You may be
Mm.
knowing. So I met him like virtually. I met him virtually, and I've interacted with him, and I've spoke with him, Suresh Ambadam sir. And he's my fourth inspiration. And what I like about him is that dream team hashtag, and I also like follow it a bit. So yeah, congrats to that. And my fifth inspiration would be Dr. Velumani. He's from Tayo Care, and you may be knowing
Okay.
him also. All the inspiration I said were like pretty popular. So Velumani sir, what I like him is he defines a word called frugal. He's also like Sri Membu sir. He's also
Hmm.
very very simple, and I like him in that. So these are my five inspirations.
Nice, wonderful list of inspirations, and good to know that for every inspiration you have a story behind why you follow. That's pretty good. And you also mentioned you were doing internship, right, in CK Industries. So when did you start internship? Because you are still in fifth standard. So when did you plan that you should go towards this internship, doing getting exposure to companies and stuff?
So let me share my full journey so you understand about the internship, how I started and everything. So as
Yeah.
I said, I started when I was 8 years old, and I was always seeing food videos and baking videos, but I was not really doing. I was being lazy, and I was saying my mom to do it, and I was just eating it. But when I was 9 years old, a real change happened, and I made a cake for my mother's birthday with the help of my friend, and we made a
Nice.
surprise to her, and which was pretty good to know, and she was very surprised, and she congratulated me on that. And after that only I realized that I was pretty crazy on baking, and I was very mad into baking. Then only my parents came to know about, like, whenever they talk anything, like I usually ended up in baking. So whenever I mean, whatever thing they talk, it can be politics, it can be anything, I usually ended up in baking. So through that they realized that I love baking so much. So they came to know about it, and after that I went to learn baking from home bakers, which I didn't learn much. So only I did the
Hmm.
internships in a
Okay.
five-star hotels and a cafe. So actually I didn't do the internship in CK Bakery, but I did it in the ASM cafe, which was a part of CK Bakery.
Okay. Okay. That's nice.
So yeah, from them I learned about the baking, confectionery, hot kitchen, and many more. When you heard the word internship, it's like under 14 years you should be working. Actually,
Yeah.
I also wrote a LinkedIn post about it, how I got internship on the World Chef Day. So you can check
Okay.
about it on my LinkedIn too. So
Yeah, yeah,
after that,
definitely.
after doing internship and all, my father and mother took me to an entrepreneur session where I met a lot of entrepreneurs. I was inspired by their stories and ideas and how they brought up their brands and the marketing skills and everything. Before and all, I was not knowing the what the word entrepreneur meant, but now I know about it. So after that, like I was inspired by them, so I read books
Even
about.
I'm learning, Vinusha.
So so I read books about entrepreneurs. Actually, I love reading books, so I read books about entrepreneurs. The more I read books, the more I was inspired, and then I became an entrepreneur. I started my own brand called Seasons Pastry. Yeah.
Very good. And you also have very good reading habits, right? You have already showcased your talent in a reading challenge program conducted by British Council. How long do you spend time reading daily?
Recently, I bought a book. It's about the
So
history
it's
of the world. So I read
oh,
all
nice.
kinds of books. I read entrepreneur books. I read history books. I also read children books. I also read fiction books, non-fiction books, and everything. I'm into everything. So
Okay.
actually, I spend time around half an hour or 1 hour for reading the
Hmm.
books. And between half an hour and 1 hour, I would have read at least must have read about 45 to 50 pages nearly. If
Okay.
I if I focus on it, I'll be reading around 45 to 50 pages. So
Okay, in
that's
half an
my,
hour. That's a good
yeah.
speed.
If
Nice.
I read it in one day, if I take time and read, I'll be finishing this whole book. I see. I'll
Okay,
be
that would
finishing.
be around 500 pages history book.
It's around 464. 460.
Oh, wow.
460.
That's a great speed. Wonderful. So who started this idea of business? I mean, is it your parents or you yourself got this idea and you had to convince your parents to get it kick-started?
No, I didn't convince my parents. They said, okay, Vinusha, that's great and we'll surely support you.
Hmm.
Actually, this idea was by me because I love seasons. Let me say why I named my brand Four Season Pastry and then I'll come back to this question. Then only you'll be able to understand. So,
Sure, sure.
actually, I loved seasons. So, there are four seasons, right? The autumn, spring, winter, and summer. So,
Hmm.
I just combined the season with the cupcakes, and that's what I did. Four, the four seasons and pastry. So for winter season there'll be a snowflake on
Nice.
top of it. For summer season there'll be a sun's color. For autumn season there'll be a leaf on top of it. For spring season there'll be a flower on top of it, because it's a floral season. So these are the
Nice.
things. So
Good.
this idea came to my mind because I loved seasons. I just want I knew that nobody has incorporated season with the cupcakes. Actually, when I say there's a leaf on top of the cake, it means it's an
Mhm.
edible leaf. It's made of
Okay.
food clay.
Okay.
It's called
That's
fondant.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, when this business idea came and you were all set and ready, how did the environment around you in school reacted? What were your teachers' reaction? How was your friends' reaction?
My friends were pretty appreciating. My best friends were pretty appreciating, and they were saying like, "Hey, our friend is a baker, and we are proud to say that she." Uh, they were like,
Nice.
"If we say this, we can get some cupcakes and chocolates free." They were great. So, but my teachers didn't really mind it. My school and teachers didn't really mind it. To really
Hmm.
say, they like because I studied really well, I was able to get the holidays. I mean the leaves.
Okay.
If I
Okay.
have to
Okay.
talk in some colleges, I need to take leave from my school. So because I studied well, I was able to get that. Other than that, they
Wonderful.
didn't mind really well. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Coming to the actual business, some of the business part of it, responding to customers' concern is an important thing in any business, right? So, you being a chief baking officer for your own pastry, how do you handle your customers when there are some concerns raised around?
Actually, I spoke to them kindly. Whenever your customer like shouts or something, he or she says something, you shouldn't be sad or you shouldn't say that anger again back to them. They are your
Hmm.
customers because Without the customers, the brand will not run. Without the employees also. So actually, to really say, you should take that concern really slowly, and you should reply back to them politely. That's my word.
That's a wonderful tip. Generally, I ask this question impact with regards to COVID. Okay, how challenging was it for you to keep your business running, and what are the challenges that made you to change your business and your business style during COVID days?
Actually, there was not much challenging, because like there was e-commerce website of mine which I created the starting of the COVID. I was just about to create
Okay,
it. And COVID came, and I created it. And now in my only in my website where we are getting customers orders. So it's not been really challenging, but really to say we are not able to meet the customers physically, talk to them, put stalls and all. Usually I put stalls, give samples, talk to the customers, somehow get the customers to buy my cupcakes or cakes. It was pretty much pleasing at that time, but right now it's not. But now right now I'll be talking over the phone to them and making them like, okay, it's good, we can try to buy. They may check it and see. So
that's nice.
but really when you're putting samples in the footfall places and all, it's we get much response. But right now it's not getting much response, but we do sell a lot of cakes, cupcakes and baking kits.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, exactly. You used COVID to change your business offline to online, launching websites and stuff. Nice. That's good. So, how big is your team who is supporting in the back end to run your business?
So to really say nobody, it's me only, me and my parents. So
Okay,
I need
nice.
to arrange all this. I need to keep all these things. I need to make the cupcakes. I need to do the marketing. I need to put the post on social media. I only need to talk in these interviews. I need to schedule the time to the interviews. I need to do all the things literally. Mostly me and my parents do this. Nobody doing in the back.
Okay, so you're not just chief baking officer, you're taking care of the marketing aspects as well. Nice. Okay, when did you start getting good and positive responses from your customers? Did it take time to prove your ability and prove yourself, or was it quick turnaround time to get a positive response from customers?
Actually, when you're giving samples, customers say, "Oh, it's good." But when they are giving the
Mm-hmm.
rupees and buying it, it's different. They say they really commit. So that feedback happened around me. Like, yeah, we did get some good comments as well as the negative comments, but we improved on the negative comments and we got more positive comments. So yeah, we do
That's
focus
nice.
on the positivity more than the negativity.
Okay, perfect. To the point. Nice. Can you share any specific instance in your journey that you are proud of, what you have accomplished? Any compliments that you received from others?
Um, Actually, I received appreciation from Sanjeev Kapoor, Chef Sanjeev Kapoor. He's a Padma Shri Awardee and
Hmm.
he's a well-known chef, entrepreneur, and everything. He's the only chef to be an entrepreneur. And there's also Venkatesh Bhatt, you know to do.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
actually, he's also an entrepreneur, but in India, I'm saying fully throughout India. So I got compliment. I also got some. Uh, Congrats and wishes from him, which was really grateful. Like getting an appreciation from Chef Sanjeev Kapoor was really big, and that was a really good moment for me. And I also got appreciation from Mr. Rohit Kapoor, the CEO of OU
Okay.
Asia,
Nice.
actually. So that was also really a big moment for me. And
Wonderful.
I also met the and so visited the Coca-Cola factory, which was also a big moment for me. And I
Hmm.
also got appreciation over there from the managers and all those operation managers and everybody over there. So Coca-Cola is a really big industry, the Hindustan Coca-Cola,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hindustan Unilever.
Nice.
So,
That's nice. So, with all these efforts, right, that there is a huge burden on your parents as well, right? So, how much of an effort is it for your parents to keep you engaged in business and also make sure that your study is not getting disturbed?
actually, they trust me. Trust is the only thing that all the parents need to keep on their children, to really say. Actually, they trust me that I will study really well, and they know that I can manage all these things. So that's the real trust they have, so that they didn't worry much on my studies.
That's nice. Yeah. As you mentioned, you have started visiting to multiple industries, right? Including dairy firms, Coca-Cola recently. And how do you feel visiting all these industries? And have you started applying these knowledges already in business, or do you have plans for that?
Actually, I visited these for just information, like how they're producing milk from the farmers and all those things. I didn't know the process of how they produce the milk, the curd, the ghee, the butter, how do they make it, and all those things. So I visited the factories, learn
Hmm.
about those things from only one ingredient, that is milk. They make all these products: the yogurt, the butter, the milk, the curd, the paneer, the ice cream, and everything. There are more to go. You
Hmm.
you really know, right? The badam milk and everything. So
Hmm.
actually, from one source, are able to make all these things. So from them, I learned about this. So I also learned about the homogenization and how they pasteurize the milk and all those things. So if I get into a big industry, if I start building my own industry, if I get into the dairy industry, that would be useful for me.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So, what's your message to your fellow students who have big ideas, wanted to start something big, but are delaying for some reason?
Um, it's just passion. You need to have passion, you need to have patience, you need to have, these are two main components you need to have. If you really found out the passion you have, then the success is, you're ahead the success. So,
Nice.
and please do follow your passion, do what you like, have patience, everything takes time, and if one door is closed, the another door is open for you too. So yeah.
Nice, nice. So, how long did it take for you to realize you are in a success track? What I mean is, there is always a planning and a phase that it may take 1 year for some, it may take 6 months for some, as some may take many years, right? So, how did you plan, and how soon you realized that you are in a right track?
Actually, I'm still in the right track, but I'm not yet gone to the success. There's a lot more years to reach the success. So I don't think so. I'll not be able to answer this question.
Nice, but I guess you are in the right trajectory. At least you have showcased, brought in your own products, and you have already started selling your own products. So, personally, what is one big challenge you see in running this track parallelly, being a student and being a business person?
You see, as a student, I don't understand some financial terms, which is
Hmm.
uh, oftenly used in the entrepreneurship, and I need to learn more financial terms, which is in the beginning I didn't know much, but right now I know. I mean, I know some, but I need to learn more about the financial terms. So I think so that is the one thing that's lagging.
I mean, even with your current knowledge, you have managed to bring in funding from UAE investors, right, for your product. Nice. So, what keeps you motivated in your daily life?
Yeah, I said right, the word passion. That keeps me motivated to think what I like. And even though I am tired, even if my brain says my tired, I am tired, but my heart doesn't, because it contains passion. It's full of passion.
That's wonderful. Moving on to the next segment of this episode, rapid fire questions.
Okay, I like rapid fire.
Nice. What's your favorite sports or game that you play?
Badminton,
Okay. What's the best thing that happened to you this month?
the Coca-Cola visit, and Tirumala Dairy visit. That's the thing.
Okay, nice. Industrial visits. Cool. At what age did you start reading books?
It was probably about 6 or 7. I'm not sure.
Okay, nice. Good. That's early. Your favorite subject in school?
EVS, environmental science. I like the
Oh,
subject because I like the teacher.
okay. That's
I like the subject
pretty
also.
pretty unique answer I'm getting. Environmental subject. Nice. And if not in pastry business, right? Pastry field, what's your other dream?
Now talking about it.
Okay, you have time. Yeah. What does creativity means to you in one sentence?
Creativity, the thinking in yourself.
Nice. What time do you sleep and what time you wake up in the morning?
I sleep at about 9 or 8:30, and
Okay.
I wake up around 7.
Okay, pretty good. And how does your first few hours of your morning look like?
First, I just get myself bath and all those daily routines, and after that, I'll be reading my newspapers. I'll be attending my online classes, and then I'll be having any interviews like this or like podcasts like this, and then I'll be having some time to read my books, or sometimes I'll be having some time to study on my subjects, and I'll be writing on my homeworks, and then after that I'll be having some time to play with my friends, and after that I'll go
Okay.
to the badminton class. After that I come back. I go to the badminton class around 4, and I come back at 5:30 or 6. It's 2 hours to 1.5 hours, and after that I just have some more time to play. I like down in here in my apartment. I come back, I write mails or things I need to do, or um, I put some social media post if I have to, and then I eat, I sleep, and I wake up again and I do the same thing.
That's wonderful list. What's the best compliment you received recently?
Recently, let me think. It's gonna take a time. Mm, not sure. I forgot. I got a lot.
So anything recent
Yeah,
which
I
you
got
remember?
I got compliment from Suresh Narayanan sir, the CEO of Nestle,
Oh wow,
India.
that's pretty impressive. Nice, congratulations on that. And
And
what is the toughest subject for you in school?
mm, actually, I just have two subjects. Both the subjects I like. First is
Okay,
environmental science and maths. Not sure. And others are the languages.
so you have anything tough among them?
Maths,
But I guess you are already good in math. It's just that the subject which is making. Okay.
yeah.
What's your favorite hobby?
Reading, dancing, playing,
Good. Who's your favorite movie star?
Vijay,
Okay. What do you spend mostly in shopping?
shopping.
Did your parents allow to do more of shopping?
Yeah, books. Books. I usually spend at least a month, 5,000 for
Okay,
books.
okay.
So that's pretty
Nice.
much. And on
Good.
the second on the baking equipments, on the
Okay.
ingredients for my baking
Mhm.
things, for my baking kits.
Okay. So apart from business, it's 5,000 per month for books, spending on books.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah. That's wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you, Vinusha. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you for coming onto this show. And for these listeners who don't know about you and your company website, so where do they look for? How do they find you?
You can Google me Vinusha MK, and you can I'll share my website. It's www.fourseasonpastry.com.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are at the end of episode number 10. Thank you very much, Vinusha, for coming on and sharing your experiences. And to our listeners, you can find out the episode summary in the description. Until we catch up soon with more exciting stories, stay tuned, be motivated. Thank you.